You just opened your LLC and now you need an EIN number so that you can open bank accounts, payment processors, you can register at different states, you can receive payments, you can fill out a W-9, you can do anything now that your LLC has an EIN number, because until you have the EIN number, the LLC is effectively useless. It can own something, but you can't really use it for stuff. So I'm going to show you in this video how a non-resident can get their EIN number the fastest way possible for free. And I've done this for hundreds and hundreds of clients. I do this every day. I have a whole team that helps me do these the right way. And I'm going to show you all the tips and the tricks and how to do it exactly right. And this is especially for non-residents. So first, if you have a US Social Security number, you can get the EIN number online on the IRS website a little bit quicker than this process. You can get it right away if it's available. I'm assuming you don't because you're a non-resident, but if you do, I have another video for that, and that's right here. You can see how I do that online right here. So if you have a Social Security number, you can do that. If you have an ITIN, it doesn't really work. And every time I've tried it with an ITIN, it hasn't worked. So with a Social Security number, it does work though, and you can get the EIN online. So for the rest of you, if you live outside the US, you have to fill out a form SS4. And I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to go through exactly how to complete it, whether you have a single or multi-member LLC. And this is essential in getting your EIN number. I Google search form SS4. This is the IRS form you need to complete to get the EIN number. You can see it's an application for an EIN. Here's how we do it. We're going to go line by line. Line 1, the legal name of entity is the name of your LLC. Big Potato LLC. If that's available, you should scoop it up. It's a great LLC name. Then you put in your mailing address. This is important because this is where they're going to send in your EIN letter, the 147C form, which is the letter that shows your EIN. That's where they're going to mail it to. You need to put your county, and then really importantly, you need to put the name of the responsible party. That's going to be the person, generally the main member of the LLC. If there's multiple members, you just put one name in there. For this one, I'm going to put my name, James Baker. Since I'm a foreign person and I don't have a Social Security number, which is why I'm doing the paper form, I'm going to put foreign on this line. You don't have to fill out these over here on this side. You don't have to put in a trade name. You don't need any of that. You just need name, address, county, and state where the business is located. Generally, it's going to be this address, the name of the responsible party, and then the foreign written here on number 7B. For 8A, I'm assuming you have an LLC. If it's an LLC, you checked yes. Then you put 8B, we have to put the number of members. This is the number of owners. If you're the only owner, or let's say that you have a foreign corp that's the owner, it's still only one owner and you put 1. In this example, we're putting 2, and I'll change it to 1 in a second so I can show you the variations of how we fill out the form, whether it's 2 or 1 owner. So with 2 owners, you're going to put the 2 there. If 8A is yes, if it was organized in the United States, so 8A is going to be yes. And then for 9A, we're putting partnership in this box. We've done it different ways, but this is how the IRS wants to see it. This is our experience, how it's worked. So you're going to put partnership checked here, and that's when you have more than 1. If you only have 1 member, check the other box and put disregarded entity, because that's the type of entity that it is. It's a disregarded entity. 9B, if it's not a corporation, it's an LLC. There's different types of companies. An LLC and a corporation are different types of companies. So if it's an LLC, you leave this blank. Reason for applying, we put started new business, specify type, business, fine. 11, put the date you opened the company. 12 generally is going to be December, the closing month of the year. We're going to put zeros on 13. We don't check 14. On 15, we'll put in N/A. You're not going to be paying wages. You don't need to register for payroll taxes. Number 16, what describes the business? I usually do consulting. It's fine. And then 18, have you ever applied for an EIN? We're going to put no, unless you have, of course. Then down here, there's no third-party designee if you're doing this yourself. And then you put your name, James Baker, and then you sign it and you date it. It's really important to have a telephone and a fax number. The fax number especially important because that's where they're going to send you the EIN number. They're going to fax it to you. Generally, they're going to fax you back this page marked up and with the EIN number actually scribbled in the corner by the IRS. They're the worst. Then you can call them back on the phone and you can request that they actually fax you the 147C form, which looks a little bit better. It's not impossible to get them on the phone, but it is quite annoying. And if you already have the EIN, that's the way you do it. And I'll show you how to do that next. Okay. So you've completed this form, you've signed it, you've dated it. Then you want to attach to this form the articles of organization of the company that you opened. So if you opened a company in Wyoming called Big Potato LLC, we're going to have first this document, and then second, the articles of organization of the company. And then once that's ready, we're going to fax to this number if you're within the US, and this one if you're outside the US. This is how you fax the SS4. This is from the IRS website. After it's faxed, we're going to wait 4 days, 4 business days, and then we are going to call them. And I'll share the number with you right now, the number that you're going to call them with. And you need to wait 4 days from the date you faxed it. We've started faxing it twice. So when you send it to the IRS, actually fax it twice because they lose it so often. Often we'll fax it, we'll call them in 4 days. They'll say we don't have it. We have to fax it again and wait 4 more days. The IRS is a mess and I hate working with them, but I like to help my clients get their EIN so they can open bank accounts and really use their company. So the number that you're going to call after waiting 4 days is 1-800-829-4933. You're going to press button 1 or 2 if you want Spanish, then button 1 again for EIN help, and then listen through the prompts. And if you get a code or whatever, that's how you talk to them to ask about the status of it. I think it's code 3 or code 4. Sometimes they give you the callback option if there's a long wait. Other times you just have to wait. And you're basically going to need to have the SS4 open when you talk to them because they want to see the information that you filed. They might need to verify things. And that's why you should watch back what we just talked about, how to fill out the SS4. Just get it sent in correctly, and then call them after 4 days. Because otherwise, if you don't call them, they might wait weeks and weeks and weeks and never send it to you. I've had clients who came to me like, "Hey, it took 3 months and I didn't get it yet." I'm like, "You should have faxed it again." And I've had clients that really it's the same thing. They had to wait a long time to get the EIN number, and then they come to me and we just basically fill out the form again and call the IRS a lot of times until we get the number. If you're trying to get an EIN number for a foreign entity, a non-US entity, you can call in to the IRS directly and get the EIN right away. If you want to call in and say that you have a foreign LLC, you can do that and say, "Hey, look, my LLC is registered in the UK. It's a foreign LLC, and I need the EIN number right now." And they'll give it to you on the phone, and they'll send it to you right away. If you have a foreign entity, a non-US entity, you can get an EIN over the phone. That's on phone number 267-941-1099, and that should be on the screen somewhere. So if you have a foreign entity or you just can't wait, you need it now, and you want to just tell the IRS your LLC is a foreign entity, you can call that number and they basically will fill out the SS4 with you on the phone. Okay, so that's how you get it. Unfortunately, it's not a perfect solution, but that's the fastest way to get it. So once you get your LLC, then you can apply for bank accounts, you can apply for payment processors, and you can actually use your LLC. So click this button over here, and I'm going to show you how forming a non-resident LLC can help you grow your business faster and how you can use that. So that's the next video. If you like this, like it, then click on this, and I'll see you on the next video so that I can show you the best ways to use your LLC now that it's open. Okay, thanks. See you on the next one.